Have you ever had the feeling, yeah, when, say, for instance, like let's all go back to when we all lived in ego, yeah? This is to my Jedis. If you live in ego, this is fine. But to my Jedis, let's go back to when we used to live in ego. Do you remember when you lived in ego, when someone would say something like, say for instance, you were doing something that wasn't right. Yeah, you knew it was a low vibrational thing to do. I don't know, maybe drinking or whatever. And then say someone will make a comment about how drinking is so bad and drinkers are just like losers or whatever, right? You know, straight away you get a stirring in your stomach, right? And it's like, you feel compelled to explain the other point of view or the other perspective to the person who just said what they said, right? Walk with me. You know the feeling I'm talking about. So say, for instance, you're doing something that you know you shouldn't be doing. It's low vibrational, yeah? And then somebody makes a comment about it and somehow something stirs in you and then it wants you to kind of like make a point about it, right? Guys, that stirring is the ego trying to protect itself, the false self. So when I say that your religious God is fake, he's fake. There's nothing in him. He's fake. He's got no power. That stirring inside of you, that is compelling you to come and sit there and go, or Jesus, Jesus, frothing at the mouth, right? It's your ego trying to protect your false self because your ego is aware that consciousness, i.e. the real you, me and you, listen, so the real you, consciousness, yeah, and me, our consciousness, we are reflections of each other in the grand mind of God. We are one, yeah? Whether you want to think, if it will be simpler for you to think of it in terms of God having separate, like these expressions of life in human flesh, right? It's still the same core. So somehow, some way, somewhat, there's been an attraction, an affinity. You, me and you have, through this interface called social media or YouTube or the internet, whatever it is, we are communicating. Yeah, time doesn't exist anyway, but that's another story for another day. We are communicating because some way, somehow, your conscious, your real conscious, the real you wants to hear that thought in its own mind. And that thought, which is me speaking, is just you. It's not me, it's you, right? But something within you is going to war against me, right? Because it's trying to protect the ego. Because if you truly awaken, your ego will have to die. Because if we look at it from a common sense standpoint, okay, so you're on YouTube, you're scrolling through YouTube, blah, 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 blah. Some guy's video comes up, he says, oh, God's not real. Bro, if you know God's real, I'll just scooch past it. Fucking, next video. Let's even go one step deeper. Say I am compelled by the title, so I decide to click on, I'm in the video. I start to listen, the guy's talking some stuff. I don't agree with what you're saying. Switch off. But you listen to the end, right? And you don't even articulate anything I've said. You don't address anything I've said in there, and you just completely just start talking about your beliefs. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. This is your ego literally trying to wage war against conscience. I've said this before in one of my videos. Oh my God, guys. You are defending something that's not real. And that's why your ego is about it. Because if you truly believed in your true essence, true God, you wouldn't even respond to me, bro. If your God was real, you wouldn't even respond to me. Bro, I know God is real. I know consciousness is real. But when I say God, I don't mean in your bullshit kind of church, mosque, temple shit. God is a benevolent force, a pure energy, unconditional love itself. if you could put unconditional love in something, that is God. No expectations. Bro, all of us are alive today, right? And we're breathing. We have life in our body. Yeah? Bro, we don't have to do shit for it. It's free. Some of you may have kids. Your kids are probably smiling, playing, happy, for free. You're experiencing this shit. The sun is out. It's giving you good vibes for free. Right? Think about this shit. Really, really, really. Look, God created you free, you know. You were literally created free. God decided to create itself as you and come here and experience life. And you've literally put yourself in chains, subjugated yourself to Mecca or Saudi Arabia or Rome or some temple in the East. When God made you free. You think the sinner and you guys are all living in ego because you think that by praying or doing this or doing that, you're going to heaven. You're not going to heaven. You're not going to heaven. You're not enlightened. You're not going to heaven, bro. You're not going to heaven. If there is a heaven, you're not going to it. You can go and kill yourself. You're not going there. Heaven is a state of mind. Heaven is a level of awareness. Jesus told you in black and white. Jesus told you in black and white. Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself. It's the greatest commandment, right? What did he say? Love your neighbor as yourself. So if I love my neighbor as myself, and I truly love my neighbor as myself, then me and my neighbor are one. True or false? He then goes on to say that the very same book, that you could do even more miracles or you could do more things that he could do. So if he's God, then what does that make you? Okay. The same book tells you that you're the temple of God. So the temple of God means that God lives in there, right? Okay. So what does that mean? Because your body you're going to shed. So if your body is a temple, you're going to leave that here. What is actually animating you, bro? What is it? Why are people so bogged down with this shit? Like, why can't people just recognize that you are loved? Like, dude, you are it. Why do you want to put the power outside of you? Why? I don't get it. I don't get it. The power is literally inside. It's you. It's literally you, bro. You don't have to do shit. What do you have to do to digest your food? What do you have to do to digest your food? What do you have to do to make your nerves work? What do you have to do do you maintain your bones? Do you know that every 7 years, every single cell in your body gets completely replaced? Right? So from 0 to 7, you're a completely different person. Did you do anything for that to happen, or did that just happen? How are you going to explain that? You see? And the Muslims is no different. Telling me that God did this and God did it. Bro, any God that requires you, to wash your butt before you come to him, it's a joke. You think God, the all-powerful... Look, I think the problem is this. Most people don't actually have an idea of the scale of what consciousness actually is. People, they don't get it. To my NDEers and my fucking people that have, taken trips, psychedelics, or people that are just aware, people that have pierced the veil, go and speak to them. Then they'll tell you. Go and speak to them. Then they'll tell you about the magnificence and the sheer power of God, of consciousness. For you to even think that you can find your God in a square box in Saudi Arabia, where you have to pay thousands of pounds, just so you can go and walk around this thing naked. You essentially got a piece of like cloth around your body, right? Where people also get trampled see, you guys don't even realize that you're doing idol worship and you don't even see it. People get trampled and they die. Other humans trample on them, trying to get close to this quote unquote box, this Kaaba. And nobody thinks like, huh, what? Why would an all-powerful God allow that to happen in his presence? Huh? And you think he cares whether your butt is clean or not, or whether you've washed your mouth or not? You think God gives a shit? God does not care about your body. If God cared about your body, you die with your body and take your body with you. Do you understand? Your body is a human thing. Consciousness just comes and animates it. And when it's done animating it, it leaves it and it goes. It's just a lump of meat. So whether it's clean or not doesn't mean anything to anyone. It doesn't mean anything to consciousness. Consciousness is within it anyway. Do you get it? So it's almost like you're there seeking God outside of you when you're God. I think Alan Watts said something really, really profound one time. He said something like, I can't remember I'm paraphrasing, but something like you're the unaware God that's searching for a missing God or something like, I can't remember. Anyway, something along those lines. But yeah, man, if you're a religious fanatic and you're going to be talking this shit, bro, you really, really need to delve deep. Like, most of you have not even read the Bible. Most of you have not read the Bible. Most of you have not really read the Quran. You just go there, you just fucking show your face. You might fast a little bit. You might do this, you might do that. You might do this, might do that. You know, all for sure. Oh, I went to church on Sunday. Oh, nobody gives a fuck, bro. Like, where in the Bible does it say you have to go to church? Where does it say that you need to go to church every Sunday? Why does it say that you even have to go on Sunday? Yeah? Why? Why Sunday? Christianity is a sun cult. Islam is a moon cult. I didn't want to even call this stuff out because I wanted to keep this stuff strictly about consciousness. But they keep talking this sort of stuff, so it's true. Even Allah is not one God, you know. If you go to the history, there were 99 gods in that area that were bundled together as one deity, and they called it Allah. There was a moon deity. That's why you have the moon on top of all the mosques. Ask any Muslim to explain that to you. They won't be able to. Why do they observe all their feasts or Ramadan around the movement of the moon? Did you know that the word mooning, yeah, which is to show your butt to somebody, yeah, is the word mooning. Like, your act of prayer itself is mooning. Do you not see that you guys are in a cult? You're asleep. And then they tell you bullshit like, you gotta keep your hair a certain way, like God cares about your hair. God grows your hair for free. You think God cares how you keep your fucking hair? Why would God give you hair and then say, actually shave it all off? Guys, like, at some point you need to wake up, you know? Like, awakenings happen in waves. I've realized that. They happen in waves, you know, cycles. So maybe this might not be your cycle. And someone left a comment on one of my videos, said you can take the horse to the water, you can't make them drink, which is fine. But I'm just saying, this is a PSA that you are in a cult. You need to leave religion, bro. Religion is literally destroying you from the inside out. Anyway. Or maybe I'm crazy and what's the other one? Yeah, I need to be careful because God might punish me, send me to hell. But you do realize that I'm consciousness, and what I believe is what's my reality. I don't believe you're fucking weak God. He's weak. You know, if someone can lie in your God's name, he's weak. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a joke. And then if anybody that's a sinner just like you can stand in front of you and tell you that he knows the way to God, he's lying to you. He's a scam artist. It's a scam artist, bro. Bro, I want all of us to fucking find our God power, man. I want all of us to tap in, bro. Do you know how amazing the world is going to be? Anyway.